When you take a look at the physical act of smoking, it's you see a person lighting up a cigarette after a meal or after some strenuous activity of one kind or another, whether it's in the bedroom or outside. It seems to be a habitual thing. You know, it's getting that fix, that little jolt of what you need, your dopamine rush, if you will, after that particular. It's like a reward. You know, now I'm done. Yes, let's reward myself with smoking. So there's a lot of associated images and associated feelings that come with smoking. It's not the smoking itself that is the problem. It's how people associate it with things that are more pleasurable. And so that makes it even more difficult. Forget about the nicotine in your bloodstream, which is very addictive. There is that element of trying to get a habit out of your system. You see, I don't classify people as smokers and non-smokers. I just see people who smoke. It's almost like saying, what's your opinion about masturbators and non-masturbators? Excuse me, there are people who masturbate and people who don't, you know, so on and so forth. And so smoking is a form of self-pleasure, if you will. It started maybe when they were younger, they watched I remember when I was very young, I saw an ad. I was about 12 years old. It's called Come to Marlboro Country, Be a Marlboro Man. And it was a man riding a horse, rugged. He made you feel like that's a man's man. And then occasionally, he would be seen pulling out his cigarette and lighting it with his cowboy hat and riding into the sunset. So here we are growing up on Westerns, you know, and thinking, well, that's a man. So a lot of people were led into believing that without this, you are not a man. It's at some deep childhood level. Then eventually it develops into this pattern of behavior that becomes part of you. And now after dinner, when you're used to picking up a cigarette and going, I'm gonna go for a walk, I'm gonna go outside, and you go like this, and then all of a sudden you take that habit away, you finish dinner and like, okay, now what? What do we do?